Good morning, everyone. Wow, what a month of October we just finished. It was just an incredible month, very exciting month, a lot of activity, and I just wanted to highlight some of the things that happened during October 2023. We kicked off the month having Breakfast of Champions throughout the marketplaces, from Albany to Syracuse to Virginia Beach to Ann Arbor to Columbus to Cleveland, Toledo, and probably missing other places also, but had great Breakfast of Champions. And if you weren't there, you missed some exciting talks about how you become a champion. And we had Wheaties boxes, and many of you had pictures on Wheaties boxes, and may have taken them home. So it was sort of a fun, different type of Champions Club than we typically have. And we didn't have a Champions Club in Pittsburgh at breakfast because we had a tailgate party before the Pitt-Louisville game, which a game we were successful in winning. Very few successes we had at Pitt this year. But it was just a really exciting time at the Breakfast of Champions, highlighting some of the great stars, the stars of our company for the last 4 months. So congratulations to all of you. We also had, interesting thing, we had 32, you ready for this? 32 Choo Choo Chow Chow events during the month of October. We probably had that many planned this month, but just to highlight a couple of them. I took notes on them because I thought they were fun times. I have my notes here. Notes over here. Sorry. In Ann Arbor, Michigan, we had an 80s murder theme party, and if you were around in the 80s, that was a very popular thing to do, murder mystery parties, and that was great fun. And I think I was glad to see Ann Arbor brought it back to life and raise money for Children's Hospital. We had Calming Night in Tappan, New York, and it was I heard a lot about from the folks in New York when I was up there recently how much fun that was and how much money they raised also. We had the famous ever Squirrel Hill office had at Oakmont Country Club Cow Patty Bingo, and we finally had somebody, the cow performed finally this year, so we had a real winner. The Shady Side office had Drag Queen Bingo. Okay, now that's in itself is unique, but they also had it at Rodolph Sholem Synagogue, of all things. They have Drag Queen Bingo. So, and interesting, they had a scavenger hunt in Medina, Ohio, which did very well. And in Great Virginia, they had a raffle night. We had 32 of these throughout the whole marketplace. So I just highlighted a couple that were a little bit off track, a little bit different, but great time. Now, also during the month of October, we had three management rallies and advances. Some people call them retreats. We call them advances because we're always moving forward at Howard Hanna. Now, those advances took place in Charlotte, North Carolina, for our South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia management team, both in the mortgage company, title company, insurance, as well as the real estate and relocation teams. That was very well received. We had great time, great ideas at each of the events and each of the advances. And then we went to Columbus, Ohio, and we had for Kentucky, for Howard Hanna Tucker in Indianapolis, for the Ohio folks, and Western Pennsylvania, Central Pennsylvania folks all went to, we call, better term, Midwest region for those advances. And then we finished up in Saratoga Springs, New York, with a very enthusiastic management team in New York State, from Long Island to Central New York, Western New York, Eastern New York, in New Jersey, as well as Connecticut. So it was a great turnout. And we were happy to announce at that meeting that in the state of New York, not only are we #1 real estate company in home sales in the state of New York, but almost more than four times bigger than our closest competitor. So it was well received by so many people because they didn't realize that, especially the East Coast folks. So just a great turnout. Got a lot of great ideas, a lot of new initiatives that we're going to be introducing to the company to make your job simpler and easier to sell real estate, finance properties, and close properties during 2024. Most of all, I would be remiss not to talk about the importance of October and what we did as a company in October. We changed the whole momentum in October, which I think was fantastic. I got to read these notes because I have put them longhand. Listing units in volume were up as a company over 2022. That's the first month in 17 months that our listings have actually been up over the previous year month, okay? Go back 17 months and it was just up slightly. But the last 16 months have all been down on listings. And listings are the key to this business. Listings are the key to this business. Always have, always. You have to have inventory to sell. Just a couple of highlights that Pennsylvania was up 13.5%, Virginia 8.7%, Indiana up 4%, and New York State was up 9%. So just, they were the highlights, but we're up overall in listings. And I would recommend each of you, if you have friends in those, especially in those 4 states, or managers, call them and see what they're doing different maybe to build those listing bases. Remember not doing anything other than the basics, but see what they're doing. Let's share ideas back and forth. Written sales. Written sales mean closings in November, December, and January, okay? And just to highlight these, New York State, up 23%. 23%. That's game changer. Ohio and South Central, that's Columbus, Dayton, and Cincinnati, up 25.8%. Another game changer for the next 2 months of closings. Tate up 4%. Howard Hanna Tucker up 16.2%. Ohio, Michigan, our biggest, our second biggest region of the state of New York, it's probably a bigger region, is up 6%. And Howard Hanna Rand on the East Coast is up 8%. So congratulations to those states and those regions that are up, because this is going to show telling in the numbers we close during November and December. Now, we want to finish the last 2 months. And I call it close, list, okay? We want to make sure we get as much things closed in the last 2 months to go into our numbers, both market share numbers and also income numbers for everybody in this call. The more properties we close during November and December will increase your income for the next year, for this year. So we want to close and get market share and close volume. That's 2 big things, GCI. Last but not least, we want to focus on listings. We've got to keep the momentum of the listing month of October into the upcoming months. I think a lot of things are occurring to make the market twist into becoming now a seller's market, or it is a seller's market, right? To become a buyer's market. In order to become a buyer's market, so we get more listings and inventory to sell. So we just kicked off our new program called Thunder and Lightning. Thunder comes first, and lightning hits afterwards, of course. And Thunder and Lightning, and we've kicked it off in October in 3 different sub-regions. One, the Harrisburg, Central Pennsylvania region, Northwest Pennsylvania, Erie market, and North Central Ohio, which is it's a new region we call it North Central Ohio because we got Southern Central right now. So North Central Ohio, and we kicked off. We're going to be kicking off. We're taking those 3 regions, doing beta testing on this very, very high-tech, high-touch marketing program, which is accountability for all of us to build our listing basis. And we'll be kicking those off probably into November in 2 new regions a month, 2 new regions a week. So keep up the good work. As always, I'm available to call one of your sellers if you're on a listing appointment. I can't go on every listing appointment, but I can call a seller and talk to them about why they should list with you, the best realtor in America, and with the Howard Hanna Company. So have a great weekend and enjoy, and hope to see some of the Choo Choo Chow Chow Express lunches coming up. Thank you.